Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So before we start the video, please excuse my hair. I was meant to brush it before this video and I've lost my brush. I don't have any more time to film this video than right now, so if my hair looks like I've never brushed it before, that'll explain why. So it is the second to last day as I'm filming this, but when you're seeing this it'll be the last day of 2019, and I just wanted to remind myself of everything that's happened this year, the good and the bad, and my goals for 2020. So we're going to start with Cole's development. January the 1st, 2019, Cole got his first two teeth and they were his first two bottom teeth. So this was huge for him. These were his first teeth and it was just really sentimental. He had been teething since he was 8 weeks old, if I'm right, might have been 9 weeks. So he was really young, so he finally got his first two teeth and it was honestly the cutest thing in the world. His little smile with just the first two teeth is honestly the cutest thing. Cole's development this year has grown massively. He learned to sit up, he learned to walk. I've actually got everything written down. I've actually got my book here so I can check the dates of everything because I'm not very good at dates or anything. But I think he managed to sit up by himself at 7 months, and I think he started to walk around 1, just after 1. I think it was maybe June, July, maybe August time that he started to be able to walk. Now you can't stop him. He's running everywhere all the time. So he's grown a lot this year, and looking back on pictures of him in January this year to now, I just look at him and think, wow, you've changed so much. And because I'm with him every day, I don't notice that happening. And you don't, like if you're with your kid 24/7, or if they've grown or if they've changed, you don't really notice because you're with them every day. I look back on pictures, I'm like, wow, he really looks like that a few months ago. And it's honestly crazy how much they change. Cole has definitely had a big year. He experienced his first birthday, which was honestly so much fun. Next year, I think I'm planning on taking him to Alton Towers for his birthday next year. I am hoping to stay over, but it is really expensive. So if we just get to go for a day out there, that'll be fine. But yeah, I was hoping to take him away, but I don't know, it honestly does just depend on what we can afford and when we can afford it and things like that. But I would love to take him away, but if that doesn't happen, then that is fine. And experience is better than no experience at the end of the day. My mental health this year has been something that I think has been the worst since having Cole. Not the worst in my life. I've been through worse, but I feel like since having Cole, this has been the year where my mental health has really took a turn. I'm like, I'm not okay. And I have tried to get some counselling, but there is a massive waiting list. I'm still on the waiting list. I was meant to have counselling in September and I'm still waiting, and it's fine. You know, I know they run ragged and I know they've got a lot of people that they need to see and a lot of people that are a lot worse than me, so that is fine. I've struggled a lot this year, and I'm definitely not going to hide it because I feel like social media, so many people project these positive lives and so many good things happening, and as much as I love to be positive and spread a good message, it's also good to be honest as well. There was a point this year, I can't really remember exactly when it was, but I couldn't go on my phone. I just couldn't bear it. I couldn't look at, like, I suffer from really bad paranoia. So things that are happening in the world or anything like that literally terrify me, and it got to a point where I couldn't go on my phone. Like, it was literally terrifying me. I literally thought I was gonna die really bad. I genuinely thought I was gonna die, and it's really hard to explain because I don't really want to go into too much detail because I feel like if you're not going through it, you just won't understand, and I don't want it to feel like I'm stressing over nothing, if you get what I mean. But I think mental health is something that I'm going to struggle with for the rest of my life due to past experiences. The reason I suffer with paranoia is due to an experience a trauma that I experienced in my childhood. That is why I get paranoia. Sometimes it can be a lot better, and then other times it can be horrific. Like, I could go out tomorrow and I could be absolutely fine, but then I could go out the next day and I could be absolutely terrified and not want to leave my house. So it honestly does just depend on how my mental health is. If I'm in a bad way, then I know that I'm going to be super paranoid and things like that. But apart from that, I've had good days. Having kids is a massive thing, and I want people to know that. It is a huge thing. It isn't easy. Getting pregnant is hard. Being pregnant is hard. Having a child is hard. None of it is easy, but it is the biggest and most amazing blessing in the world, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. I've had to give up my life for a child, and it's a big thing. You know, I'm really young. If I didn't have Cole, I've always said that I would be travelling a lot more than what I do now, because obviously having a child, it does tie you down, and money is a struggle. So we don't always get the opportunity to be able to travel and things like that. So if I wasn't a mum, I would be travelling and I would be pursuing my goals as cabin crew and everything else that I wanted to do. I still think I'd be doing YouTube, but I don't think I'd be a mum. But, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't really like to think of my life without Cole in it, because I feel like I just don't really know where I'd be, and I don't really want to know. I think he's the reason that I've been so strong through everything, and he keeps me going, and I think Cole is the blessing that I needed in my life. I just knew that whatever I was going through, I had to get through it for him, because he is so important, and I don't ever want him to see mummy struggling, but I want him to know that if mummy is struggling, that she will be okay, and these things happen. Of now, like memories and stuff, because I feel like they're the two biggest things, Cole's development and my mental health. Obviously, the next biggest thing is me getting pregnant, which obviously is a massive part of the year. Like I always say, I just never thought that I'd get pregnant once, let alone twice. And it's honestly insane to think that next year I'm going to be welcoming my second child. I will be lying if I said I wasn't petrified. I'm so scared. I have days where I sit there and think, how am I going to cope? But I'll do it. Other people have done it. I can do it. The only thing that worries me is I live by myself with Cole, and that is a lot of work, and I think people don't understand that, and that's something I do want to touch on, because I think people think that I should be doing so much more than what I do, and I don't think people realise that I do a lot. Like, I raise a child, I run a house, I try to look after myself and look after everything else in between all those things, and it isn't easy. It really isn't easy. We've had quite a tough year, but it's also been an amazing year. So there's been quite a few ups and downs, and there's been times where I thought, oh my lord, could we get any more bad luck? But, you know, we've got through it, and we're still here. But in terms of like being a mum, I think people expect to come to my house and see a pristine house. Like, I've got a 19-month-old child that if I put something away, he's going to take everything out and destroy it within seconds of me putting one potato back in the cupboard. Do you know what I mean? So don't come to my house and expect it to be absolutely spotless, because that isn't going to happen. And I have a lot of health conditions, which I might touch upon in a video, but one of them is I get a lot of joint pain, and it's like gets really severe, and they still don't know what it is. And with this pregnancy, it's been really hard. So if I don't feel like cleaning one night, I'm going to leave it, and I'll do it the next morning when I can be steady with it, and I don't have to rush it and do it all within an hour. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to rush it, and at the end of the day, when I can get round to doing it, I will do it. My house is in no condition where it's appalling or anything like that. It's messy, and it's messy because I've got a baby, and that doesn't matter. It's just got his toys everywhere. It's not like I've got tomorrow, it's not like I've got yesterday's dinner on my kitchen floor. Do you know what I mean? It's just toys, okay? And toys are okay. It's okay for my house not to be tidy, and I feel like I literally need to shout this from the rooftops, because I feel judged, and I genuinely do, by people that are close to me as well. I feel like they think I can't cope. I can cope. It is hard, and it is hard. There has been days where I sit there and think I can't cope, and I'm not gonna lie, but I am capable of keeping this house tidy. But you've got to understand that I've got a young baby, do you know what I mean? And I'm just so sick and tired of feeling so pressured to absolutely clean the house spotless before someone comes over. I'm not going to do it anymore. If you don't like that my house is messy, then just don't come over. It's driving me insane at the minute, where I feel like I've constantly got to prove myself to people, and I've got to have a reason why the house is messy, all this and that. Every time someone walks in, no matter how close we are, I always say, please excuse the mess, because I just constantly feel like I'm just being judged because my house isn't tidy. You've got to understand that I'm not going to sit there and pick up every single thing that Cole takes out during the day. There's no point. There is no point. If I put something away, he's just going to pull it back out. If you've got a toddler, you will know that. And I just need somebody to tell me that their house is not pristine and tidy all the time, because that'll make me feel so much better. Anyway, off to that rant. I don't want to rant about that anymore, but it does frustrate me a lot. So now let's talk about the memories that we've had this year. I do have a book here. I don't know how much is in this book, and I don't think everything's in this one. I've written down most days of the year what's happened. I can remember a few things off the top of my head, but like little details, so I can't really remember loads, but we're just going to have a look on here and see what is actually in here. This one's actually quite... Here, look, we've got September the 1st, so it's going like quite... Try and make it up as it comes. I'm just going to try and say what I remember. There's probably going to be things in this video that I think, oh, I wish I said that. But anyway, we've been on a lot of days out this year, which honestly has been my goal. What I wanted to do this year was live every single second and say yes to every opportunity, and that is exactly what I've done. Have I been left with no money because of it? Yes. But have we had an experience out of it? Yes. And that's something that I will never, ever forget. I was about to say we went to Harry Potter World, but that was last year. I went to West End this year, which was honestly the highlight of my year. I was lucky enough to go twice. First time was to see Mamma Mia, and went to see 9 to 5, and it was honestly so amazing. I'm mesmerised by how beautiful the theatres are. Like, they're so pretty, and they honestly put on an amazing show. When I was at Mamma Mia, I was quite far to the back, and then when I went to 9 to 5, I was on the 3rd row, and I absolutely loved it, and it was so amazing. Definitely would recommend West End if you're thinking about it. It is really good. Hoping to take Coleman is a little bit bigger. I think Disney he's allowed to see when he's 3. I think other ones allowed to see when he's 5, but I'm not 100% sure. Been to 2 concerts also this year. We went to see Shawn Mendes, and we also went to see Westlife as well. I have a concert booked for next year. I don't know if I've mentioned that on a vlog. I don't know if I have, but I'm going to see the Jonas Brothers in January, so get ready for that vlog. I'm very exciting. Don't have any more concerts booked for next year, but that is one that we are going to. In terms of days out, we've been to Wheelgate, which was really fun. We went on the carousel, me and Cole did, that was cool. We fed the animals there. It's quite a trek to go to Wheelgate from me, because we went on the bus, so we had to get 2 separate buses, and the buses took quite a while to get to each destination. We got there and we enjoyed it. We also went to the zoo, which I loved so much. Like, I honestly loved it. I can't wait to take Cole to more zoos. Limited soft play. We also went to our first baby group this year, and I'm gonna say now, I felt very judged. If you know me in person, you will know I'm ridiculously small. Like, I'm really small. I think I'm 5'2" or 5'1", not far off from 5'2". And honestly, I think people looked at me as if, like, to say, like, you're 13, you're like 14, 13. And it does annoy me, don't get me wrong. At first it did bother me, and I took my mum to my first playgroup that I ever went to, and she kind of saw how judgmental it was and how cliquey it is, and people tend to just talk to the people that they know, and they don't tend to talk to anybody else, and nobody else really makes you feel any comfortable. But I kept going because it was for Cole, and I'm there for him. I'm not there for anybody else. So we kept going, and then we also found a really good one, and they did holiday clubs. So Cole went a few times during the summer, and he really enjoyed it. And I just wanted to get him used to being away from me for a little bit, kind of to give me a little bit of peace, and also to just let him be with other people and see how he gets on, and he did really well. So I'm happy about that. Also went down to Liverpool this year. Also in general did a lot of travelling. We went to London twice, Birmingham several times, went to the world's biggest Primark, And back to Liverpool before I get distracted on what the other stuff I was saying. But we went to Liverpool for Hocus Pocus viewing because I actually won a competition to go and see Hocus Pocus. Food was included. It was good. I do have to say my mum was very paranoid, so we didn't end up staying quite long. We only ended up staying for probably half an hour, which I do feel bad because we won it and we didn't take advantage of the full experience. But you have to understand where my mum's coming from, because if you actually saw it, it was quite unsafe. So it was on the river, like a lake kind of thing, and there was bars around the water stopping you go through. But I had a toddler. Areas were covered with like this kind of paper thing, but then some areas weren't covered at all. So if Cole went there, 100% he would have ended up in that water. And my mum just felt a little bit uncomfortable because Cole wanted to walk around a lot. So every time I moved, she was constantly wondering like, where are you going? Are you okay? And things like that. So she was very worried about him, and obviously I was very understandable, so was I. And I think it was just the experience, and I'm glad we got to experience that. Honestly, I don't really have any idea where this video is going. I can't remember half the stuff that happened throughout the year. There's hardly any stuff in that book there. So you're just probably going to hear me ramble for ages, and I do apologise for that. I'm also starting to feel really, really nauseous, and I don't know why. And I'm so worried I'm going to be sick, because I hate being sick. I had a sickness bug a few weeks ago and I was sick 8 times in the night, and it was horrific. It was actually a sickness bug and weren't morning sickness. So every time I feel sick at night, I get worried because I'm like, oh God, it's going to be another sickness bug. But you can actually get sickness at any time. But I don't want to be sick because it's awful. So I'm just trying to get through this video, and then I'm heading to bed because I feel so poorly. So yay for me. This video will be going up on New Year's Eve. It'll just be going up a little bit later. Me and Cole have also made some amazing friendships this year. If you guys follow along, we have 2 amazing friends, which are Ellie and Isla. And honestly, I'm so grateful for them. I really, really am, because it's nice to be able to have mum friends that you relate to so much. I do have other mum friends as well, and they're really nice also. Some of them we don't really see each other that much anymore, but I see Ellie quite often. We've only met twice now, I think twice, or is it 3 times? 3 times actually. I've met 3 times now, and we've known each other for years. We've just never like kind of spoke, and I think pregnancy is what got us talking. So I'm really, really grateful for them, honestly. I think it's just nice to have somebody that understands you so much, and it's just nice, you know what I mean? So we are really, really grateful for them. Cole absolutely loves Ellie, and Isla, she is honestly the cutest child ever. Like, honestly, she is so beautiful, like I can't even. She's so pretty, and I just can't wait to see what the next year is going to bring for all of us. I'm not going to go on and speak about any more memories because I'm not going to lie, I'm probably don't even know what half of them's going, but we have travelled a lot this year, and I'm really, really grateful for that. Before I go, I've just remembered I took Cole to the beach for the first time this year on a train on bank holiday. Don't recommend going on bank holiday. It was absolutely red hot, but it was not red hot when we went to Skegness. We went to Skeg and it was about, I don't even know, probably about 30 degrees here where I live, and then in Skegness it was 14 degrees, and guys, it was cold. It was cold. I was going there thinking, yeah, I'll go in a dress and flats and we'll be fine. I'll put Cole some shorts. It was freezing. It was actually freezing. Thank the Lord I brought Cole a coat. I didn't bring a coat, so I was freezing, but it was a really good experience. Cole knocked my ice cream and it fell all on the sand, which was absolutely delightful. Found an amazing experience, and I really enjoyed taking him to the beach. I'm so eager to take him on another beach holiday, so hopefully we do get to do that because that would be so much fun. So yeah, my goals for 2020 are to get into acting. That might change because I have these like massive ideas that I think of 10 minutes and think, wow, yeah, let's do that. And then 10 minutes later it's doesn't even happen, and the next minute I want to be a driving instructor. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those. I get some massive ideas, then the next minute I want something completely different. So if that doesn't happen, you know, I've changed my mind. So that is one thing that I want to do next year. I also want to get abroad at least once, before or after the baby, I don't know, but definitely not when the baby's due, obviously. I also want to just travel more in general. Traveling is honestly my biggest passion, and I just love traveling, and we aren't extremely fortunate enough to be able to travel abroad that often. I don't even have a passport for us, so we're on a great start there. Do need to get those sorted, but we have so much coming in 2020 and I'm so looking forward to it. I'm really hoping I can move house, just because I just feel like I need a bigger house, because especially with 2 kids I'm already struggling to like buy stuff for the baby, so I've got nowhere else to put it. But you know, we will cope. This year has been a roller coaster of ups and downs, but we've got through it. We've made some amazing memories, and most of all, we've made the most of every single day, and that's what's important. Life isn't forever, so you need to make the most of every single day that you've got. I believe really, really strongly in that. I've lost a lot of people last minute that you wouldn't think that you're going to lose. 1 minute they're fine, the next minute they're no longer with you. So please don't take the people around you for granted. Appreciate every single day that you've got, because you honestly don't know when it's going to be your last. And I know no one wants to think about it, but it's the reality of life. So I'm just trying to do the best that I can for my kids, give them the best life they can wish for, and we have so much coming in 20. I'm so excited to see where it takes us, and so many more travel ideas and so many more amazing memories to make. So bring on 2020, we are ready. I wish you the best and happiest new year, and I hope you enjoy your celebrations, whatever you are doing, and I will see you in the new year.